Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a very special commentary for Heroes of Newerth. This is entirely an in-house game. All people who follow the channel are friends of mine, that sort of thing. It is not random in any way whatsoever. So we have, I can't see the player names from here. We're gonna have to wait until the next screen. But yeah, this is a no stats game, and a lot of the players have not really played very much. So we did our best to try to balance out the teams as much as possible to try to get an even amount of skill on both sides. So we're just going to wait until people finish loading, and then we'll go through the team. We are going to start and look at the new spectator screen. I'm so excited about this. How amazingly awesome. We're going to talk about that in just a second. So we have Kazakhs here playing as Pyromancer. We have Briarstone playing as Gauntlet. We have Sam Soccer playing as Legionnaire. We have Totschlag as Bubbles. And we have Anime Hero playing as Nomad, and we're going to be making fun of him briefly for being such a tryhard. And I just realized I got to move a frame here. How do I... There we are. We need options. We need mods. We need movable frames. We need to take this and get it the heck out of the way. We're going to stick it right up here because it's not really going to come up for this too much. Done. Because we want to be able to see the chat. Alright. Now, that was the Legion side. On the Hellborn side, we have Jay is awesome playing as Aluna. I believe it'll be his first time playing Aluna. We have Charlie Scene playing as Meraxis. I am playing as Engineer because he was the closest I could get to Heimerdinger in this particular game. I think I did try him once very early on, maybe like literally like my first no stats game before I even made a video. No, maybe a practice game, maybe a solo practice game, something like that. Like, it wasn't even a real game. We have Riku8745, who is going to be playing as Swiftblade, and we have Enzior, who will be playing as Pharaoh this time around. So we've got that. We've got Bubbles giving out a good luck, have fun. Everyone's very nicely mannered. I am taking the middle. Look at this. I can zoom out farther than I normally can. You can't zoom out this far in the game. And here I am with the BM right off the bat. Bad luck, no fun. Oh... Alright, burn. So I'm going to be laning mid against Pyromancer. Top, we are going to have a Meraxis followed by a Pharaoh versus Gauntlet and looks like a Bubbles, which will leave Nomad at the bottom, and Legionnaire will be jungling as he very, very often does. So the game does start with an exchange of blows right off the bat. You know, I should almost get rid of these completely. I don't even know if they might be hiding something. Maybe not. We can take a look at the starting items. Very, very, very standard. We're not even going to bother talking about them too much, but there you have it. Although I am curious about the Pyromancer. Yeah, pretty standard build. I end up not with as many items. I didn't go with all the cheap stuff, which may be part of the reason I actually have a slightly harder time earlier on getting all of the... when we exchange blows, but I do get to level up first, so that is positive. And what do we got over here? So yeah, Gauntlet. So I didn't realize Gauntlet is going to be soloing 2 versus 1. Does get caught here by Pharaoh and takes some damage, but he is able to get away, and he does manage to level up first. However, they're going to be trying to do their best up here to zone him out. And same thing down here, although Anime Hero is probably going to... Oh, there we go. It's not a 2v1. It's 2v2. Anime is going to be the one who's soloing, and he's going to be pretty well equipped to do that because he does have a fair amount of experience, and he should be okay. Especially on Nomad. So yeah, we've got Bubbles coming up here. He was just a little bit delayed. Now he shows up in the party. Some more exchanges. Not a whole lot going on yet. So late game, the people that we're really going to be concerned about is probably going to be Nomad, especially in the hands of Anime Hero, who's fairly good at tanking that out. Look at this. Connects. Reading the timer and being properly prepared for the rune appearance, although it doesn't appear. I do try to knock him out here. If I'd been really good, I would have knocked him in the path of my cannon there. As it stands, do a little bit of damage to each other. I end up spending a lot of mana. Come out pretty even there, but you know, maybe it's the intimidation factor that mattered the most. Luna trying to come around here. Jay, again, had not played a Luna before and was getting a handle on her abilities, but I know he was impressed by her range. And I did play her once, and I liked her quite a bit. Ooh, a little bit of damage here. Pharaoh's a little bit low, but so is Gauntlet, actually. They're going to have to be a little bit careful. Again, Briarstone is actually a newer player, so he's definitely going to be a little bit more vulnerable in this game. Although he has done quite a few games as Gauntlet and is not bad. There was a game we played just recently, actually, in the actual matchmaking ladders, and he went on a killing spree very, very early on, despite the fact that he was much lower ranked than pretty much everyone else in the game. So he does come from a League of Legends background. People asking me if I'm first of all, they were asking if I was recording, and then they were asking if I was recording live, which I was not. I wanted to be able to converse with my team over the voice chat, and if anything, I do tend to play a lot worse when I'm recording live. Anyway, as funny as it can be sometimes, but yeah, definitely post. So far, the gold and experience is pretty even. Oh yeah, I guess that is going to cover that up. Let me pause briefly. Pause. And just move these guys once again. I would like to actually... It would be nice if I could just turn those off completely when I'm doing a recording. I guess I can just shove them right off the screen. There we go. A very, very nice little tool to have when you're playing, but not so much when you're recording. Alright. So, yeah, the golden XP pretty much neck to neck. Not much of a difference now. The differential may build up, but it looks like the Legion... Ooh, what do we have here? Anime here taking quite a bit of damage. Looks like there's a gank. The Legionnaire came in maybe for a gank attempt here, but it's not working out very well for them. And he's actually going to be forced back and may go down, may give up Bloodlust. No, not quite enough unless Luna... No, is not going to be able to do it. Takes a hit from the tower for good measure. Looks like there's another scramble up here. Maybe. No, just Meraxis moving up and doing some melee range harassment. Very bold here, but Bubbles is under level from not being around quite at the beginning. Pharaoh did take some damage though, so that counts for something, and it looks like I may be checking for a rune down here. Right, the 4-minute timer had come up. We did not have any wards. Looks like neither team did. I had suspected that they might have. And I remember here, I actually have... Oh no, I don't have my bottle yet. Later on it'll come up. I've never actually had to try to bottle a rune before, so I didn't know how to do it, and I screwed up twice. But eventually get a hang of it. Still, this I'm going to take advantage of to be able to get some really, really easy last hits, because when all three are firing simultaneously, you do have a lot more of a window to get those. There we go, getting some last hits there. A little bit of discussion about the different heroes going on. And again, things are pretty static. Looks like I've lost my illusions. Just took a hit from the Pyromancer. I think killed off all my illusions. You can see it actually triggered 3 combat notices because there were 3 of me taking the hits there. And Pyromancer's really good early on. You can see I haven't used a lot of mana. There haven't been a lot of situations that I could see to do a lot of harassment. Now, maybe I should have used my keg a little bit more often. It does cost 120 mana though, so I can only do 3 of those before I'm completely out. So I think playing cautious there is fine. There wasn't really an opportunity for me to use the keg to accomplish something. And do we actually get individual gold counts? Oh, I guess what I could do is actually hit stats here, and then you can see the gold. Or actually, we'll go to 3, and you can see the gold per minute of different people. In fact, Jay is currently leading the gold per minute on Luna, despite being a 2-man lane. And then it's also Meraxis is going to be the secondary. Meraxis being at the... Oh wait, it's yeah, Meraxis top. And where am I? I'm actually only number 4, despite being a solo lane here, which is definitely far from ideal, but I'm missing a lot of last hits. I know I was having a hard time at the beginning. Again, part of it is I hadn't played much with Engineer, just still getting used to his combat damage. And actually, I feel that Pyromancer is actually doing a pretty good job of getting down the denies. In terms of XP, it's me and actually Anime Hero, who is solo, that's doing pretty good, and then the Pyromancer. This is a little bit less of an interesting stat board, though. We're going to keep it on the stats page for now. Now, the gold per minute page. And we'll just wait to see something coming up again. Late game, yeah, I didn't talk about the left-hand side. Nomad is definitely going to be a huge threat, and Legionnaire always has a lot of potential to be quite threatening, because he can put out a lot of damage. Now, on the Hellborn side, Swiftblade, of course, is a very high damage-dealing character, but I believe that Riku here does not have a lot of experience with the game, and so he was less likely to actually be able to do a whole lot of carry on us. We got a ping going down here for the Tablet of Regeneration. No one's around to pick it up. Someone... who pinged that? Pyromancer just walked right by without taking it, which seems quite unusual to me. Other than that, Meraxis is always really effective. I don't think he's actually a carry, though. I'm not sure. He's definitely tough, and he can slow people and chase them down pretty effectively. But I don't think he burst damages quite so much. He's not the same sort of killer, but he's pretty good at pub stomping, that's for sure. And so I believe it actually comes down to myself. So I'm going to port back into the middle after doing a little bit of shopping. We did have a problem at first because no one on our team actually bought a courier. Whoops, what did I click on? Oh. So I was actually forced to walk back to buy some items, which I was very unhappy about. I've got my bottle now, which is good, and hopefully at some point someone will purchase that. My gold per minute still at a measly 139 at this point. Should definitely be higher if I've got this lane to myself. Get that last hit. No! Failed that once again. That was an interesting shot coming up here from the Pharaoh. What, stealing, screwing up, pushing my lane? What was all that about? I don't know. Yeah, I may as well auto-attack the enemy minions. That's always a way to win. Actually, I guess I was auto-attacking my own minions. I'm seeing the purple things here, but I guess it's purple. Those little purple diamonds usually show me if I'm in range for experience points. And I guess it's just there for all the minions. I hadn't realized that. And what do we have going on middle? Oh! Big hit coming in from Pyromancer. Just fails to kill me, though. I barely get away from there by the skin of my teeth. Gulping down my bottle. Trying to get all my health back. That definitely hurt. I was very lucky that it didn't kill me. Holy cow. And you know what I want to do is I want to change the cost threshold for the pop-up to tell me when people buy items. So that way you should see more and more little icons over on these sides when people buy various items. And as long as it's over 200 gold, you'll see it. So that pretty much means you won't see the consumables, but you should see just about everything else. It's like Legionnaires down in the jungle for now. Finally, a first blood going down. One of the Hellborn dropping, and that is it. So yeah, we did lose our... oh no, Meraxis is going to go down as well, overextending himself. Nope. What are you doing turning around, going after Bubbles? You are feeling pretty darn confident. You got to get out of there. Luckily, Bubbles is out of mana, though, so he's not really going to be able to follow up with much. However, they are going to try to hunt down the Gauntlet, or the Meraxis here. Gauntlet's coming in. There we go. We finally got ourselves a Monkey Carrier, thanks to the Pharaoh, and Meraxis is going to be able to get away. So we do give up Bloodlust there. Well, I say we, my team. The Hellborn team does give up a Bloodlust, which is unfortunate, and now the Legion team is pulling ahead in both gold and experience points. And we definitely do not have a very good farm up. Aluna's doing a fantastically good job of getting the last hits down at the bottom. Because, well, again, Swiftblade is new, so he's not going to be able to take advantage of a lot of last hits, but there is a huge come from behind initiation on both Aluna and, wow, Swiftblade actually turning that around and doing a huge amount of damage here, using his ult to really rip it out, and surprisingly, I was sure he was going to die as well. Okay, he may still die. No, I don't think Nomad is quite going to be able to come around, and I actually come around, drop the turret a little bit out of range. I should have used my powder keg. Use it now. Oh, get juked out. Oh, he was maybe invisible there. I think I may have been guessing to see where he would go, and I guessed wrong. I'm going to be trying to chase down Nomad. Swiftblade, come and help me. Swiftblade, come and help me. This is what I'm saying in chat right now. But Swiftblade is not aware of what's going on, and Nomad's doing a brilliant job of hiding out. Aluna does come around, and we completely lose Nomad at this point. Fantastic job, and he's waiting till he gets some backup to come in here. Here comes Pyromancer to try to help out, and oh, Nomad pops out again, and I'm way too late with that powder keg. You got to lead that shot so much, and I was just having such a hard time landing that. Now, things have evened up to 2 kills apiece at this point. Swiftblade in a little bit of trouble, but luckily Aluna comes in, drops a stun on Legionnaire, who's going to take a lot of damage from the tower and the minions, and Aluna has considerable range, might be able to snap him off if her power throw comes up, and it is up now, but now is a question of trying to find him. Does find him, drops one auto attack, power throw, ooh, misses the target, and Legionnaire is going to be able to get away. Pyromancer coming in, dropping some spells on Aluna and forcing her back. Meanwhile, there's Engineer coming in and drops the powder keg, and we are able to finish off the Legionnaire there with the kill going to Jay's Awesome, to Aluna. And I'm going to slow walk my way back to the middle lane, and looks like I'm going to be able to pick up the tablet of Legion at this point. And So the trick, by the way, to bottling a ruin is A, your bottle has to be empty, which was the first time I tried to do it, and B, then you click on the bottle, and then it'll let you select the ruin. So the more you know. Knowing is half the battle. But again, I'm going to use these illusions to try to get some last hits here, and we got a little bit of damage going on in Nomad, but not a considerable amount. Pyromancer doing some shopping, and looks like I'm getting some free farm in the middle with the illusions to help, and look how many hits. Oh, that was a deny. Okay, that was fine. I did get the last hit there. I guess that's okay. Just gonna start killing my own minions, stop the wave from being pushed. And what do we have going on here? Meraxis taking a huge amount of damage once again. Is he gonna be able to get away though? He's gonna make it to the tower. The question is Bubbles gonna be able to chase him with his shell? Ooh, does do a little bit of damage. Looks like he's gonna get clipped and will get taken out here by Legionnaire. And I believe they will be able to escape, unless Legionnaire getting caught out here by Luna, perhaps. Nice little stun, a lot of damage, but Legionnaire is pretty tank at this point. Has 2 iron bucklers. Do they really stack? Be interesting to see if they did. Alright, you can see my gold per minute is finally going up a little bit. Probably thanks to these illusions at this point. I'm gonna pick up that catapult, adds a heck of a lot of money. I like that. So I'm mostly just following the guide. At this point I do have level 4 keg and steam turret, and the particular guide I'm following this time around does not focus spider mines, but I've definitely seen some that do pack on the spider mines quite aggressively, and I do have my ultimate as well with the energy field, but I have not had a chance to do it. Huge amount of burst damage going down, taking out both Bubbles and Legionnaire up top. That was quite quick, and the payback comes down. Oh, and maybe a 3-man push going up top. Now there are 2 Legion heroes in the middle here, perhaps stopping me from getting some free farm. Gauntlet is a little underleveled compared to me because I was solo, I suppose. But a big threat. Nice amount of damage there by the Pyromancer, but the combo will not be enough to finish me off. His ultimate just comes back now. If he just waited another 5 seconds, he may have been able to finish off the combo in a much more impressive fashion. And looks like we're going to be, or the Hellborn side is going to be applying some damage to the top. So I have to stop doing games where I am playing from a certain side or not. And so now we do have a gold and XP advantage, however slight, for the Hellborn side. Not much. The kill's pretty much even, 6-5. That's pretty much the only difference at this point, is that 1 kill. All the towers are still up, and maybe a little bit better farm, especially thanks to Jay. Anime, of course, has a very good farm, and I am dropped to 3rd place on the team once more. Really not taking advantage of this middle too much, but in terms of XP, much better XP from being solo there, and of course Anime Hero as well. We do have a ping coming this way. Looks like Luna is going to be trying for a kill, but I believe she gets spotted here. Now, I thought they had a ward, but apparently they don't have a ward. Pyromancer was just in the right place at the right time to absolutely explode Aluna. And Aluna was not particularly pleased at this moment, was very confused. I said, oh, they've got wards. No wards. Just really bad luck. So now the score has been evened up in terms of kill. The Hellborn side is slightly ahead in gold, but not enough for it to matter in any way whatsoever. Let's take a look at the items of note. Whoa! Or not. We are going to have initiation on me. I do drop my ultimate here, which is going to silence and slow people down, and I think I actually did need to do that to be able to get away successfully. Pyromancer debating going around to try to get me. Luckily, Meraxis does come to the rescue here to stop any real gank camps. Oh, I fail with the keg to knock Pyromancer in the right way. The stun is quite good, and unfortunately, I don't have quite enough mana, and... Okay, this is not the only time you're going to see that. Pharaoh imprisons me with his little move. And I'm not going to say that is 100% what was responsible for my death there. But it was definitely not pleasant, and also not the only time that happens in the games. I thought there was a way to just toggle these. I just don't know what the key is to keep them up too much. Yeah, I got you, Quill. No, that was pretty much a team kill, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I would have died anyway. Still, we did come out slightly ahead in that exchange, and applying a little bit of tower damage there, although the invulnerability does come up at the same time. So, we've got Steam Staff, Ring of the Teacher coming in for a Luna. Chalice, no big items yet anywhere. Still too early in the game for anything really big to come out at this point. And no one's saving up too much. Meraxis has got some money. Oh, more trash talk. going on. Ooh, refreshing tube or a life tube coming down here for Meraxis, who has done pretty well for himself money-wise. It's a little bit of a lull. The difference between these low-level games and these high-level games is you don't see quite as much ganking in these low-level games. When you're watching pro games, it's so dynamic all the time. People jumping from one lane to another, constantly trying to get ganks out. Oops. Legionnaire just back to jungling. Miss another powder keg. That is hard for me to land. I think with a lot more practice, though, I could get pretty good with it, and it would definitely be a deadly move. Reminds me a lot in League of Legends playing Gragas, and his barrels. The first time you play Gragas, you're just awful with them, but then you get really good, and you become terrifying. And looks like it might be a bad day here for Meraxis, walking into 2 Legion people, and he does get blasted down pretty quick, although Meraxis somehow does not die there. Activates his shield, and it just lets him be just tank enough. A little bit of a stun coming down with the barrels, and lots of damage from the turret going down. Does take out Pyromancer. Nomad may be able to escape here. No, Aluna a little bit versus speed. 1 auto attack. 2 auto attacks. And power throw, power throw, power throw. Does power throw. Nice. Miss another kill here, unfortunately. The Legionnaire does go down, though. Looks like Pharaoh got that one. And now the Hellborn team does pull ahead with a 4-kill advantage, not to mention a handful of gold and experience points. Things are definitely not going ideal here. What are these stats? What is this player view? Player stats. I guess player view is fine. Anime Hero has not gotten a kill yet, and I think that's one of the big reasons why the Hellborn does seem to have an edge at this point. Other than that, well, I don't have a kill either, 0 and 1, and we are going to have a pause. I don't think I've got
the Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
I don't have the mod to auto-skip these, unfortunately, so we are going to speed up the game until the pause goes away. Doom, 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 and looks like we're gonna have a reconnection here, maybe. Yes, and we're back. Awesome. I will have to pick up that mod though. So much screen shake. I think it was doing that in-game too. Oh, Gauntlet getting a little bit stuck out here by the Hellborn. It's going to get taken out by Meraxis and Aluna very, very easily. And
know
there it goes.
Your place, peasant. Poor blighters.
I do love this new British announcer. He's so cool. I had to pick him up instantly after I saw him in the preview. Just so entertaining. So, have I picked anything up notable at this point? Power supply? Not really. Small miscellaneous item. And now it's starting to use my spells to farm, and maybe I should have done that a little bit earlier. I'm not sure. You want to obviously not waste your mana, and you don't want to push the wave, but when you do get your rank 4 of those abilities, they can farm a wave really effectively. And you can see, again, my farm just not up to par at all. But the Hellborn team obviously having quite a bit better farm in general than the Legion team, especially the kills really tipping the scales. And it looks like there is going to be a gank attempt going on top. And I think what happens though at this point, no, yes, no. Do we see it? We do see it. I think I'm porting in there. Yes, in fact I do. I don't have much mana though. The only thing I've got is enough for 1 spell at this point, I think. Maybe a couple. No, 200 for my ultimate. It's going to be quite hard to do it all. We're just going to try to save this tower. It would be a 5v4 engagement. In fact, though, Meraxis coming around, going to pick up Gauntlet, who's a little bit out of position. Lots of damage going on there, and then Legionnaire decides to follow it up. He gets trapped in. I drop my ultimate at this point, which is going to be really good as people walk in and out of that, getting themselves silenced and slowed. The machine gun doing a huge amount of damage, and we're just going to be able to clean up here. We take 4 kills at this point, and Nomad is definitely going to go down at this point. Gets trapped in by Pharaoh, and that is an ace at this point.
Spiffy, a royal thrashing.
The Hellborn getting the ace,
the Hellborn
and a tower, and getting a huge gold lead at this point. 11,000 and 12,000 gold and XP in the lead, and that's just going to help because we'll probably be able to push the second tower before anyone comes back. They are popping right now, but I don't think they'll be able to stop us from applying a lot of damage to this tower. Gauntlet is up first, because he died first. He's also maybe slightly lower level than some of the others, not considerably. In fact, it is Bubbles that is the lowest. Gauntlet pulls himself in and initiates here, trying to take down Pharaoh, who barely gets away. Miraculously, no. Legionnaire gonna get him. No, the powder keg comes down to save Pharaoh, and I'm out of mana, so I decided to run, although maybe I should have stuck around and done a few auto attacks. Soon people were gonna leave. Some people lingered maybe a little longer than was healthy. And here I am coming back and saying, no, get out of there, B. And, ooh, Bubbles does come in with the Turtle Shell move. They are going to try to get down Swiftblade, who's going to be a little short on escape mechanisms. Does get stunned there by Pebbles, Kelp Strands, I don't know, and does finally go down. Slightly overextended, but still a huge lead for the Hellborn side. Lots of money here on me. What am I going to spend it on? I wonder. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember. Fairly high amount of money on Riku as well, actually, who probably lost a lot of gold from dying there. It would have been interesting to compare the two. I believe I dropped my turret there to help defend our tower, and I am just going to run back to refill my mana and purchase. Life Tube. Not a whole lot of items on Nomad. Not able, despite the fact that he does have the best GPM on his team, not getting a huge amount of farm yet. Items being bought, you can see. We've got the Arcana completed, the Sustainer completed up here. Picking up a bottle as well. Kind of late for a bottle, maybe, I don't know. Pharaoh, initiating there on the Gauntlet, and takes him out. No, not Gauntlet. I'm sorry, on Bubbles. Gauntlet is actually down here. What am I purchasing? I've got a broadsword and a steam staff. I am working on the cloak of cloaking. I don't know what it's called, but the thing that allows you to be stealth. Cloak of stealth, something. I suppose I could just check it. Probably under initiation. Yes, no. I never know. I don't know where all the different items are. Protective. We're missing some kills. We're missing Assassin's Shroud. That's what it's called. Missing some action. No one actually died. Ooh, double damage coming down, and Meraxis is going to pick it up, I think. Maybe, yes. Swiftblade. Big race to see who can grab it. Not a whole lot of people who actually have an empty bottle, though. And looks like Swiftblade. Oh, I remember this. Aluna, I think, was asking for it, and Swiftblade picked it up. Not really knowing what was going on. But that's what happens when you're just not familiar with the game. You're not sure what people are telling you when they're saying something. You're like, oh, there's just a glowy thing. I'm going to click on it.
A Legion tower.
Oh, the Hellborn. Without any assistance from heroes. Gauntlet initiating on Swiftblade, but he is not alone. A lot of stuff going on there. Swiftblade doing a fair amount of damage. Not really. Meraxis. Where is everyone? No one died. No one really caught there. There we go. We do get Kha'Zix down, or I mean the Pyromancer. And going to be chasing down Legionnaire. Not sure if he's going to be able to get caught here. Yes, he does get stunned and caught. And the Powder Keg goes down as well. Legionnaire should get finished off here momentarily. And indeed he does. The question is, are we going to be able to get anything for Nomad? No. It's kind of a stupid turret to put down there. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I didn't know where anyone was. And so I think the concern was if they came and jumped me, well, at least there'd be some defenses there. Even dropping down the Spider Mine to try to block that off. But that means I've got no mana whatsoever. Don't have any items that particularly regenerate the mana. I just have the power supply and the empty bottle to try to bring that back and burst-wise. And maybe that is okay, but I don't know. So yeah, pretty one-sided. And who's doing all the damage? That is Pharaoh doing a lot of damage, with Meraxis coming in next, and myself third. And oh wow, huge damage coming out on Gauntlet there. Was that a power flow finishing him off? Or not finishing him off and doing a lot of damage? Either that or maybe an axe from Meraxis. And once again, the Powder Keg does nothing! I do like this hero quite a bit, but I'm not very good at him. Aluna there, appreciating her power throw. God, I do love that ability, though. I did play a game as Aluna. I don't think I casted it. I don't remember if I did. But I really enjoyed the power throw. Reminds me so much of playing Sivir in League of Legends. Who was one of my favorite heroes or champions. These are not lined up properly. That's annoying. And here I am. Finally bottling a Rune of Illusion. We'll see if that comes in handy at some point. I think it might. Look at these guys. Ward of Revelation. They were even counter-warding us. Very impressive. Not that we had a whole lot of wards going down. We have that one, which is interesting because I think it's actually out of sight range. I don't remember what key. What the hell is this? Oh, distance calculator. There's a key that I can use to see what the other team is seeing. Pyromancer trying to move on a Luna, or the other way around. Not really working out. A lot of damage going down there and there. Ooh, and down here we do have a chase going down on Legionnaire, who's going to be slowed by Meraxis, and the mini-stun does go down from that. My Steam Turret not actually hitting there, I think, and Meraxis is going to be able to take the kill there. At this point, I am a impressive 2-1 and 11 score, getting so many assists, and not really landing a lot of blows. I do like this guy, though. Gauntlet not having a whole lot of items on him. Just Ghost Marchers and a Blood Chalice. That may be part of the issue there. Have to have a little chat. Briarstone is a good friend of mine, but he is very, very new to Han, and may not have the right mentality there for the items. Because usually in Han, you kind of want to keep all 5 or 6 inventory slots as full as possible, because almost always it's better. Whoa, Swiftblade. Almost always it's better to have the smaller items. Completing the item is not always as cost effective unless there's a specific effect you're looking for. And ooh, nice move there by Pharaoh, trapping 2 people. Nomad is going to be one of the first people to go down. Does get kegged. I pop my illusions now finally to try to apply a little bit of damage. Don't think they're really going to work out here. I'm a little too afraid to go chasing down here and just instead turn to some auto attack. And that's going to be that. Pharaoh's a little bit low, but regenerating very quickly. Does have the Helm of the Black Legion, which helps him considerably. And Jay doing what he usually does, which is free farm whenever possible. No matter who he's playing, he's always up here just farming his ass off. Well, I'm spreading out my illusions to use a little bit of scouting while I do some shopping. And what have I purchased at this point? Well, Soul Scream Ring. Oh, I guess I'm just buying things with the courier. Ooh, big damage going down on Swiftblade here. Oh, he's probably going to get finished off by Legionnaire. I come in and, ooh, I actually send him a little closer, but the stun does seem to work out, and the Steam Turret tells him, do not follow. Alright, did I finish my item? Yes, I finally picked up my Assassin's Shroud, and we'll see if I get to do anything with it at any point whatsoever. New pings, they do have a really nice vision over here. Bubba's picking up Gnome's Wisdom. And I suppose finishing boots is pretty important, and then Gnomes, sure. Although, you might still want like a few +1/+1/+1 items or something. Got a ping going down over here. Oh, they see Meraxis. They see the tablet of double damage. And what's going to happen? I'm going to come by and bottle that bad boy, because no one is going to stop me. We'll see if that comes in handy. I don't remember if it does, actually. I would hope it does, but I'm not entirely sure. A lot of money being saved down here by our Pharaoh. And speaking of which, he's just sitting around. Well, I guess he just did some shopping, but he's a little bit vulnerable here. Or, yeah, Kazakhs. Legion, can definitely see him camping out. I do like this ability. That's really cool. I will have to play Pharaoh at some point, because I can see that being really annoying, and I like anything that I can use to annoy people. Not going to be engagement there. Thought there might be. And looks like we're just going to push mid, more or less. Swiftblade is coming our way, so we should have a 5-man push coming at this point. 24-9. Oh! Nice initiation there by Meraxis on Pyromancer. Mini stun going down there from the barrel. And I think that was a really good placement for the Steam Turret for a difference, actually. Actually did some damage this time around. Oh, I remember this. So, the T and R key on your keyboard are very close together. So when I hit T to try to chat to my team, Yeah, apparently sometimes I drop off my ultimate for no particular reason. Yeah, so we should be able to apply a lot of damage to this tower here. I'm pretty sure this game has pretty much been one-sided for quite some time. Legionnaire is going to push top at this point, though. Legionnaire and Gauntlet, which is probably a fine counter because they can't stop us. I don't know. Their entire team is up at this point. No, not quite. Still waiting on Pyromancer to revive. A lot of damage going down on Pharaoh there. And once again, I get stuck in this stupid circle. Drop down the steam turret, which does a little bit of damage. Meraxis coming in there, using that portal key whenever he can. That's such a core item on a Meraxis. And Nomad using that invisibility is so crazy. Lots of damage coming down on Meraxis. Mini stun going down there with the keg. So easy when they're standing still. Oh, turnaround there. Legionnaire dropping. And Meraxis may still yet get finished off. Nomad really trying to get a kill here. Seeing what he can do to buff his score as much as possible. Wants to get neutral again. And looks like Meraxis does finally go down, as Pharaoh will as well. But Nomad is now in a bad place, taking a lot of turret damage, some auto attacks. But looks like we're going to be distracted. We're going to mostly be... Luna here, I think, was attacking the ranged barrack instead of going for a kill. But that's okay. That's because Luna is not greedy. You can see that. Luna wants to just have a fun, friendly game. That may have not been what was happening at all. That's just what it looked like to me at a glance. But I wasn't really paying attention. And I think it's time for us to book it, especially since I don't have a whole lot of mana. Oh! Got caught out there once again. Put the powder keg in the wrong way. And end up taking a lot of damage. And almost certainly going to die here. Oh! Except that I remember that I have my invisibility cloak. Break off. Run away. With the barest hint of life. And Aluna should hopefully be able to escape as well. Goes for the juke in the bushes. Wrapping around. And the tower once again assisting here. Luna's very low health. Looking for an exit. There it is. What else we got going on? Turtle taking some damage. And Aluna still juking around and around and around. No one to help her. Gets the stun off. Oh my god. Does finish off Nomad. That was actually really impressive. Finally someone able to pour it in. And the portal key going down as well. Legionnaire taking a lot of damage here from Meraxis. It's just shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that Aluna finally went down after all that beautiful juking. And what's the plan now? Only one tier 2 tower left up for the Legion side. Probably a target. And what am I putting together? I've picked up Thunderclaw at this point. Seemed like a good idea. I'm doing a pretty good amount of auto attack damage. So I was like, yeah, attack speed, damage. The splash is pretty good. Sounds nice. Score 28-11. Still a huge lead for the Hellborn team. And I'm pretty sure this, again, I said this before, the game was decided some time ago. But the Legion's team either holding out for a miracle or maybe just letting us have a little bit of fun. It is a friendly game. Again, all these people are people who are subscribers to my channel, and we're just getting together to have a little bit of fun. When I do these things, I do try to announce them. I did post in the on my channel status as well as on the towerdive.com forums. Vulnerability going down, trying to stop the Hellborn team from pushing this bottom tower. Still a good amount of damage being applied from these catapults, however. But the Legion team is going to be able to defend it while the Hellborn pull back a little bit. Would actually be a good time to go for Kongor, but I don't think there was ever any discussion of doing that. And yeah, at this point, a decent amount of farms. Still cannot possibly match Jay's ability to pick rice all day long. But in fact, everyone on the Hellborn team fairly well farmed. I think it was mostly a comment towards the the Assassin Shroud and Thunderclaw. Pretty decent items. And with very few deaths, just the one, I haven't lost much gold, so that's pretty good. Huge amount of damage going down in Swiftblade there. I come in from the back, though, I believe under the shroud of my cloak, drop the ultimate. I do drop there, and I remember yelling at my team, you guys better make that worthwhile. Nomad does go down, though, along with, oh, sorry, Thunderbringer, or no, not Thunderbringer. Pyromancer, that's who I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure, look at Aluna here, waiting for Gauntlet to run out. And And the sun does go down.
Piece of cake.
Gauntlet does get finished off on one last auto attack. Merax is trying to take down Legionnaire, who's way overextended. Again, Aluna, same position to try to take advantage of Legionnaire. And Pharaoh not paying attention. There we go. Get in there. Finish that off. Merax is getting the last kill there. Well deserved. And here comes the concession vote. GG, well played. Fun game. Really enjoyed it. And we did play one more game. Okay, lots of announcers. We did play one more game. We're going to take a look at that hopefully soon. I think it's a little late. I got to take a rest, but hopefully I'll cast the second game soon enough. But for now, hope you enjoyed it. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.